Hello, this is Mark Wildman of Wildman Athletica, and today we are going to work on our clean and press for the first time in this series. This video is part of a greater series of kettlebell learning instructional videos. We are developing our kettlebell technique one drill at a time so that people can start at the beginning and continue learning on their own. This is to help people learn to self-coach. This way they can work on their basics. If they are going to work alone, then this will provide them the knowledge to continue to work forever without getting hurt, or it will allow them to get more out of training with a kettlebell coach in the future. The more you understand the basics, the greater your likelihood of success with kettlebelling. We are going to pick up the kettlebell with two hands so that we can start in a proper rack position. If our hand and our wrist is in correct alignment, then we can learn to endure and get more out of our training. Step up to your kettlebell, point 2 feet straight ahead with your feet shoulder width apart. Your feet should be underneath your shoulders. We want to avoid turnout because if people turn out and their arches of their feet collapse, their ankles roll in, their knees roll in, and they have a hard time engaging their glutes. Point your feet straight ahead and keep them straight ahead. Pick up with two hands. The L of our hand goes to the L of the kettlebell. Loop, other hand comes underneath to support. Stand up using your glutes. Bring it up to rack position. Make sure your forearm is vertical. This is key to all of your future kettlebell success. If your elbow is out and your wrist is bent, pull your elbow in and figure out how to line up the kettlebell. The kettlebell should be resting down at a 45-degree angle in your hand. There should be no gap between the L of your hand and the corner of the kettlebell. If you open your hand, your fingers should be pointed straight towards the sky. We do not want the ball of the kettlebell to be resting directly on your wrist. From the rack position, thumb equal with collarbone height, we're going to do a clean. We're going to push the weight back. Elbow stays close to hip, push back, catch. If you have to adjust to get to the correct position. Press, lock your tricep out. The weight should be behind our body. Bring the weight down, push back. Use your hips to drive the weight up. It is not a bicep curl. Push back. Hips cause the weight to come up. Catch gently at the top. We do not want to be hitting ourselves. Elbow starts at hip. Press to lockout. Drive your rib cage down. Squeeze your glutes to protect your back. Bring the weight down. Push the weight back. Catch. Press all the way up overhead. Bring the weight down. Thumb at the height of the collarbone when you bring the weight down. Use two hands and set the kettlebell down with good technique. We are picking the kettlebell up with good technique so that we start in a good rack position. We can see the bell directly in front of us and we can adjust it as necessary. Keep the elbow close to the hip, push the weight back. The inside of your forearm should contact high up on your thigh. We are starting from here instead of from the ground to encourage people to do the clean better. On the clean, the bottom is fast and then the top is slow. If you're going fast at the top and you pull the weight in or your elbow tracks away from your body, you will hit yourself with the bell and you will not want to continue training. Kettlebelling is a skill, so you have to practice in order to understand these concepts. The main problem that people will have is once they get to their clean, they will press to lockout, drive the rib cage down and squeeze their glutes. When they bring the weight down, they will not bring it all the way down. They will try to stop up here and start the next clean. They will push the weight way too far away from them. It will track down below the level of their knees and they will try to stand up and they will hurt themselves. Elbow always comes back to hip. That is incredibly important. Keep the elbow close to the body and the thumb is always at collarbone height. Let's demonstrate again with the other side. Right hand, L of your hand, goes to the corner of the kettlebell. Pick up with two hands, 45 degrees down. If you have to adjust the bell, adjust the bell. Push the weight back, elbow stays close to hip. Push back, thumb points back, catch. Elbow on hip, thumb at collarbone height. Press to elbow lockout. Don't have the weight in front of you. Push your hand back, drive your rib cage down, squeeze your glutes. Bring the weight down, thumb at collarbone height. The goal is to be able to rest in this position so you can endure. Thumb points back at the bottom, stand up, press the lockout, bring the weight down, thumb at collarbone height. Push the weight back, stand up, press the lockout, bring the kettlebell down. When we are done with 3 reps, straighten the arms out, set the weight down directly between the insteps of our feet for now. That is safety. It is part of learning technique. Your clean and press is incredibly important. It is important in barbell. It is important in dumbbell. It is incredibly important in kettlebell. It is important in heavy club. It is important in every type of athletic program. So understanding how to do a clean and press without getting hurt is very important to your overall athletic development. You start with a light weight so you can do your rack position properly. Every time you do a press and every time you do a clean, you are loading your core equally on all sides of your body. The front of your body fires when the kettlebell is behind you at the top. When you're holding in the rack position, the muscles on the back side of your body fire. At the bottom, your core is firing in yet a different way. Learning the clean and press will make your core strong so that you can then apply that to other athletic activities. We want to be strong with 2 feet on the ground, standing up, carrying a weight on one side of our body as a foundational level of strength. Arnold Schwarzenegger, in his classic, The Encyclopedia of Bodybuilding, calls the clean and press the basis of a truly Herculean physique. We are doing it with a kettlebell instead of a barbell because it has more benefit to us for training outside in the real world. Kettlebells are light, they travel easily, and they have cross-body stabilization, which is a prime athletic skill. At this point, you have all the knowledge to begin a clean and press program. Doesn't have to be my clean and press program, but you should practice clean and press with kettlebells. It is the absolute easiest way to build up your athletic foundation to help you get out of pain and live a better quality of life.